What's going on? What's goody out there, fight fans? The homie, main man, made man is in the building. And y'all know how I gets down. We talking boxing, man. Once again, as always, it is a pleasure. I repeat, a pleasure to be here with all of the boxing fans and everybody that shows up tonight, everybody that catches on the playback that's halfway through the week. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff, man. It is a pleasure. It is a pleasure. Let me just make sure that the audio sounds good before we get it underway. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everything's sounding good to me. Sounding good to me. I got the homie, legendary boxer in the building. What's up, family? Matthew Macklin just told Boxing Social Channel AJ versus White 2 is next. What? That's breaking news. Are you serious? AJ versus White 2 is next. Man, I'm going to tell you. I ain't mad at that fight. I ain't mad at that fight at all. What's up with you, legendary? I ain't mad at that fight, just like I ain't mad at the current fight that we're going to talk about tonight. And we got a lot to talk about when it comes to this Wilder versus WilderOrtiz situation, man. You did. You know what I'm saying? So before we get underway, y'all know how we do. You know what I'm saying? Like we always deal with the undercard, some honorable mentions, if you will. And I kind of just digs into that before we get into the meat and potatoes of things, man. And first and foremost, let me talk about this, I guess, before everybody kind of get in here. I want to bring up first and foremost, I want to give a special shout out. I repeat, a special shout out to my main man, a supporter of this channel. Y'all don't even know. My homie, Josh Kelly. Josh Kelly will be taking on Ray Robinson on the undercard of the AJ versus Andy Ruiz fight. And I think that is a good fight. You know, Josh Kelly, man, he's at that stage where he got to step it up. You know what I'm saying? Got to step it up. You know what I mean? It's that time. Ray Robinson, in my opinion, is a very good step-up opponent. But Josh Kelly has to lose all that showboating stuff, man. All that fighting with your hands down, all that want to move around and want to taunt your opponent and all that stuff like that, man. Nah, man. Legendary Boxer says Ray Robinson beat Aegis Climbers. Yeah, you say he beat Aegis Climbers? I think you mean Cal Velasquez, right? You know, yeah, but yeah, you're right, man. Cal Velasquez, I thought he lost that fight. I thought it was a real close fight. Ray Robinson did a good job sitting on his punches, you know, coming forward and giving Cal Velasquez the harder punches. You know what I'm saying? I got my homie, main man, made man, big fan in the building. Real nigga shit all day, fam. What's up with you, homie? Man, what's up with you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But, you know, I give total respect to Josh Kelly on his mission to raise up through the welterweight ranks. Right now, he is the welterweight WBA international champion or whatever, one of their alphabet titles. But they're saying that if he beats Ray Robinson, then he'll go on to possibly face David Avanesian, man, which is another good step-up fight for my man Josh Kelly, man. We know Josh Kelly got fast hands, killer reflexes, you know what I'm saying? He's showing promising things in the ring. And I do think if he just keep on growing, just keep on getting better, he will get there. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that he's coming up through the WBA ranks because eventually he'll run into the Manny Pacquiao's, he'll run into the Keith Thurmans. If he can get rid of Ray Robinson, possibly turn around and get rid of David Avanesian, who has another alphabet title. He holds onto an alphabet title himself. If he can get rid of these two dudes, man, hey, Josh Kelly is on his way, man. I believe in him. I think he has the skills. I think he has the speed. I think him and Ray Robinson is going to be a good fight, but it's a step-up fight. You never truly know how, you know, fighters are going to grow. You know what I mean? So we looking at Josh Kelly grow right before our eyes. I will be paying close attention to this particular fight this weekend on the undercard of Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz. We got Josh Kelly versus Ray Robinson. You know, shout out to Ray Robinson too, man. It's always good to see a fighter that can move between networks. You know what I mean? Let's not forget Ray Robinson's last fight was on ESPN, and now he's turning around and he's fighting on DAZN. I got Breon Thomas in the building. What's up, fam? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, I'm really looking forward to this, man. I've been following the progression of Josh Kelly for a long time behind the scenes, and always been a cool dude. Always treated me with respect. We linked up first on Twitter, and ever since then, you know, he hits me behind the scenes, and he's a supporter of this channel, man. So big ups to Josh Kelly, man, all day. Tune in for that this weekend, fight fans. Do not miss the progression of Josh Kelly. I always get him and Josh Taylor always mixed up. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. So let's see what y'all talking about before we get into these meat and potatoes, because we got a lot to talk about. John Lejeune says, "What's good? What's good, fam? What's up with you, man? What's up with you, man? Made man, big fan says, I'm not a fan of the rematch at all. We gonna talk about that, fam. We gonna get into that, man, all day. Climax is his manager. Yeah, Climax is his manager, legendary. You know that, man. He manages all of them. He manages Lomachenko, Usyk, Kalvalauskis, all of them. You know what I mean? All them Eastern Europeans, man, they all roll. They all part of the camp of Aegis Climax. You know what I'm saying? Manager to the Eastern Europeans. Newborn says, salute from the DMV. I got fam in the building. What's up, Newborn? Salute to you from the DMV. DMV fam all day. All day. Brayon in the building. Dr. Mellow Fellow. Salute. Salute to you as well. All day. All day. All right, man. Let's get it. I got the homie Chin Smoke in the building. I got Yachty Boxing Talk in the building. Respect, son. Respect. You know what I mean? Look here, man. We need to get into this issue because it has to be talked about. So, first and foremost, I find it funny. Eddie Hearn now is saying, I'm just reading a quote from Eddie Hearn on Boxing Scene, and your man talk about something. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing that Deontay Wilder is facing Luis Ortiz. It is embarrassing. That's a harsh ass word. But yet, first comment I get in my comment section, they talk about AJ rematching White though, huh? Nobody ain't calling that embarrassing. That's somebody that AJ beat. Why he fighting White again, right? If they talking about doing it. Well, at once upon a time, they was talking about doing it. Where was all the ruckus then? Where was everybody saying, oh, we don't want to see it? Oh, well, why we got to see that again? AJ done already beat him convincingly. Where were those people? It was all good when AJ can rematch White, but Deontay Wilder rematching a dangerous fighter in Luis Ortiz, and everybody and their mamas. Everybody in their mamas got a problem with it. Oh, man. Everybody got a problem with it, man. M LOL says Duck Squad. Oh, Lord. Mellow Fellow says a Cuban southpaw can be embarrassing. Look, man, I'm going to tell y'all like this. It's not my first choice neither. Okay? It ain't my first choice either. It's funny because earlier, about a couple hours ago, and we roughly had about 100 votes, so I guess we can read it off now. I did a poll. That's on my community tab. Go check it out. And the question that I asked was, how do you feel about Wilder versus Ortiz? Well, the first answer was, I want to see it and can't wait. Well, that got 15% of the vote. Damn. The next one says, it's okay, but I'd rather see Wilder versus someone else. That got 53% of the vote. And the very last one, trash, I don't want to see it, got 32% of the vote. So that lets me know that either you were on the fence about this fight, you borderline, you right there on the fence, or you ain't feeling it. That's what this is, and this is from my people. Forget what the outside world talking about right now. My folks that rock with the boy over here, man, y'all telling me that y'all are on the fence about this fight, and or either or y'all not feeling it, one or the other, right? That's how y'all feeling about this fight. Well, me, like I tell y'all before, man, it's not my first choice of a fight. If I had it in a perfect world, it would be AJ, without a doubt. But here's the question that I have, fight fans. Here's the question that I got. Silver Salomo in the building. What's up with you? The question that I have is, if not Luis Ortiz, and we all here are good boxing minds, we know boxing, we know what's going on in the sport. You know the situation that's going on with Joshua. If not Luis Ortiz, then who? That's the question. Then who? Because when Wilder attempted to rematch Fury, that didn't work. When Wilder wanted to face Povetkin, that didn't work. When Wilder was down to take paltry offers to face AJ, that didn't work. What the hell is he supposed to do? And this is what I'm lost at with people right here. It's not like the man is digging to the bottom of the barrel. It ain't like this dude talking about fighting a up-and-coming fighter. He's talking about fighting a real live game dangerous ass Cuban southpaw heavyweight that damn near stopped him. Damn near stopped him. And then when people say, well, where was the controversy at, man, he beat him cleanly. That was the controversy, was all of these conspiracy theory videos that popped up on YouTube talking about the ref held him up for 8 seconds, talking about, oh, they helped him out. What was that all about? Oh my God. I seen a zillion videos the next day. People with still shots and camera shots and all that shit showing the ref currying Wilder over to the ropes. And people are hitting me up talking about what was the controversy? Are you serious? But anyway, what do you want him to do? That's what I don't understand. That's what I don't get. I'm shocked I haven't seen nobody up on this joint say, I got my homie Dundada in the building. What's up with you? I'm surprised I seen nobody say yet. Well, why doesn't he face Dillian Whyte? Why doesn't he face Dillian Whyte, man? Why does he got to go and fight WilderOrtiz, a fighter that damn near stopped him? We get it, but we don't want to see it because he's old. Why can't he go and fight Dillian Whyte? Nobody ain't one in there. I got the homie Counterpunch Boxing in the building. What's up with you? The thing is this, and I've already, this boxing thing sometimes it gets so repetitive. It gets so repetitive that you got to keep yourself motivated to do it because it becomes so repetitive. You get to saying the same things over and over again. But the thing is this, Dillian Whyte had every opportunity under the sun. I have no remorse for Dillian Whyte, though I think he's a very good fighter. Very good fighter. Dynamic fighter, troubles anybody at heavyweight all day. But at the end of the day, Dillian Whyte had every chance under the sun to face not only Wilder, but a WilderOrtiz or a Dominique Brazil. He had every opportunity. He could have sidestepped the mandatory situation. Wilder said, you beat Ortiz, I'll give you a shot. You don't want to do it. WBC orders it. You don't want to do it. You want to act all surprised on why Dominique Brazil is the Mando when you knew what happened with Don King back in 2017. You knew that you were not the mandatory. But we supposed to feel sorry for Dillian Whyte, though. Really? Really? When he went over to fight Derek Chisora when nobody was asking for that fight. Oh, it was a big money fight in the UK. Oh, family, Black Fight Fan TV in the building. What's up, family? What's up with you? Love it when my brother Main Man make good sense to me. Much love to your brother. Keep that heat coming all day. Shout out to the Trill. Shout out to the Trill. Shout out to 78 Sports TV, Black Fight Fan TV, and the LDBC. My thing, though, man, he went on over there to take on Derek Chisora when nobody asked for that fight. You did. And we supposed to now say, well, give the shot to Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte. Man, Dillian Whyte is out the picture. Dillian Whyte is out the picture. Period. I've already explained to everybody. Back when they gave the mandatory out to Dominique Brazil and Dillian Whyte, they wasn't even at the rankings that they are today. Dominique Brazil was actually ranked lower. So how does that make you feel? He was actually 7th. He wasn't even like in the 4th position like he is or was or whatever the new rankings will be after he lost to Wilder. But he was in the 7th. So how does that make you feel? And Dillian Whyte was in the 4th, but he wanted to be the mandatory in the fourth spot. But it's a problem when Dominique Brazil was the mandatory in the 4th spot. Okay, that's too much truth. I don't want to get into the truth too much. Anyway, you did. Let's see what y'all talking about, man. I thought he was main manager and promoter. Who you talking about? Aegis Climbers? Ortiz and Brazil said no to Whyte. Ortiz and Brazil said no to Whyte. Let's deal with that right there. Now, you know, LOL. You know that Luis Ortiz publicly, the article still stand on anywhere on the internet that you look for it. You know that Luis Ortiz stated publicly to anybody that would listen, I will pull myself off of the Deontay Wilder undercard to come on over there, sign a deal with Matchroom, something that was advised against by his own people, as well as anybody with boxing sense, advised him not to go over there, and he refused to listen to them and said, I will still come back over there and re-sign with Eddie just to get the Dillian White fight. But Dillian White got low, got ghosts, no moss, didn't see him. Where'd he go? Had anybody seen Dillian? He got low and he went and fought Derek Chisora. And you know this, homie. You know this. You know this. It was ordered by the WBC. No smoke. But we supposed to feel sorry for Dillian White. Y'all killing me, man. Y'all killing me. Y'all killing me, man. Y'all killing me, homie. Renee Box Young in the building. What's up with you? Everybody that hear the sound of my voice, go check out my homie, Renee Box Young. That is a channel on the rise. Major love for that channel all day. Keep them coming. Sir Ken says, salute. Salute to the wrenches and salute to the chat. Smash the like button on your way in, my people, all day. Appreciate you, family. Brayon Thomas says, Eddie repealed the WBC mandate. Did you say Eddie repealed the WBC mandate? I haven't heard about Eddie repealing any WBC mandate. When did you hear about that? And why is he trying to repeal the WBC mandate? That's the question. Why is he trying? If you telling me, because I didn't hear that. If you telling me, Brayon, that Eddie repealed the WBC mandate, why would he do that? Why? Why would he repeal the mandate if that's going to get you the shot at the champion? That makes no sense. And you've hurt his case more than helped his case just now. Real talk. Legendary Boxer says Ortiz was with Matchroom for 2 fights, and they fed him Dave Allen, but not White or AJ all day. Facts. But we supposed to feel sorry for Dillian White, though. We supposed to feel sorry for him that he didn't get the shot and Ortiz did. We supposed to feel sorry for him. Cry me a fucking river. You know what I'm saying? All day. Cry me a river, man. Wilder, Clovis Watson says, Wilder is going to knock this boy back out again. Wilder all day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Legendary Boxer says, Brayon, that's not how it works. It doesn't work that way. And I would love to see where he got that from, though. Man. Renee Box Young says, Big man, sounds like Hearn going crazy over Wilder Ortiz too, man. Yeah, he is. Because, see, he is in a position where all of their plans have backfired. This was unexpected. No one expected this. No one expected this. See, what I've learned over these last few months and weeks, the thing I've learned, and I've been operating on YouTube for a while, but the one thing that I've learned is everybody just won't get it. You can break down fact by fact, point by point, dates, everything. You can give them dates, times, emails. You can give them the whole 9, the storylines of everything that happened, and no one from the other side, anybody that's so down with AJ that they ain't hearing and seeing nothing, you ain't convincing them, cuzzo. You ain't doing it. There's such a hateful Wilder, unlike I've ever seen. And people tell me, man, I'm gonna try to keep it fair on this when I got my homie Duke it in the building. What's up with you? They say, man, we just want to see the best fight the best. As if I don't. You dig? Okay, cool. You want to see the best fight the best. Cool. We gonna get that. We gonna get that. When the terms are right and when everything lines up, we gonna get that. They created this beast. They created this stalling beast. This was not Deontay Wilder prior to the Tyson Fury fight. This is post Fury. They created this beast. Now he's like, okay, great. I tried to be nice. I tried to be cool with y'all. But guess what? Now I'm doing me. I'm doing my thing. I holler at y'all. All roads leads back to me. And I'll see you when I see you. And when I see you, you're going to have to see me. Get me. So, I don't understand it, bro. I love this fight. I'm not opposed to this fight whatsoever. I'm a fan of Luis Ortiz. I'm a fan of his style. A lot of people keep giving me shit, talking about some, well, man, he looked bad in the Christian Hammer fight. What are you saying? I mean, why would he fight him and he didn't look good in the Christian Hammer? Let me explain something to y'all about Luis Ortiz. If y'all have not heard me already explain it, Ruben Salinas Jr. in the building. If y'all have not already heard me explain this, Luis Ortiz, the way he fights, and I've watched probably every fight Luis Ortiz has ever did. The way he fights, some nights he'll look good, some nights he won't. But he always manages to get the win. You know, we were just talking earlier about how when Luis Ortiz was signed with Matchroom, well, the reason that allegedly at the time where Eddie Hearn did not want to put him in there with Joshua prior to the PED situations, because a lot of people thought he went over to the UK and he gave out boring fights. But then he turned around and damn near stopped Wilder. You dig? And then a couple fights prior to that, he gave Jennings a hell of a fight. You get me? Some fights he'll be clicking, some fights that he won't. But I'm not going to sit back and judge him as a whole off one fight. All I know is he ain't lose. That's all I know. He ain't lose. And on top of all of that, he was down. I repeat, down to take on Dillian White. Dukanen says, hopefully AJ and Fury get it on instead. You know what? I've been hearing talks about, well, not AJ and Fury. I've actually been hearing some talks about Wilder and Fury. Some things have been reaching me, and word on the curb, you know, if you look at Wilder's message, right, that he left to the fans, he said he wanted to tie up the controversies first. Well, what was the controversies? The controversies was what? Tyson Fury, Luis Ortiz. Those were the two controversial fights he's been in. And I just explained one because of all the conspiracy theories that a lot of the boxing fans came up with, talking this bullshit about, oh, well, yeah, you know, the ref helped him up and helped him walk and taught him how to walk and taught him how to moonwalk, taught him how to spin around and jump on his toes. The ref helped him up, made man. Okay, so y'all created that crap. I you know, that's something that the boxing fans created. That's the controversy you're talking about, because there were multitudes of videos everywhere. And the second one, of course, Tyson Fury, where he fought him to a draw. Some people saying Fury won. Some people saying Wilder won. Those are his controversies. So I think, honestly, I think he takes on Fury or attempts to make a deal again with Fury. I think when he mentions those controversies, those are the controversies that he may be talking about. You know, real talk. Clovis Watson says, Al Heyman too smart for these white folks. Ha ha ha. And they hate it all day. Renee Box Young says, very unexpected, man. Sounds like Al Heyman playing chess for real, though. And that's another thing. Let's talk about this chess, shall we? It's a beautiful game. You should learn it sometime. You know, the thing is, he is playing chess. And it took me a minute to see it. It took me a minute. At first, I did not see it. Shout out to my homeboy, Blood Boxing. It was people like him telling me, man, open your eyes, brother. See what you got to see. Look. You're not seeing it right. I remember. And I said, what is he? You know, I got a lot of respect for this cat. What is he talking about? Then I had to sit and I had to look. Then I had to research. Then I had to think. And then I seen it. Oh, I get it. Tables have changed. AJ is now with DAZN. He got masters. They got demands. And the demands are, we want the American public. So guess what? At this point, the main goal of DAZN, AJ, Matchroom, whomever, is to get us. And now you on Wilder's turf. That's the issue. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, man. It's money making at the top. You dig? A lot of us fight fans can't see it. A lot of us fight fans refuse to see it. But there's a battle going on at the top. And Wilder is a soldier in this battle. Some may even say a general in this battle, where he refused to give up what's his. And if he's going to fight for it, you're going to pay him for it. Because you disrespected me for years. You disrespected me so long. You said I was that guy from Alabama. You said nobody knows me. You threw me poetry offers that will make the Joker laugh. But now Oh, you gonna remember who I am, cuzzo. You gonna remember. Real talk. Let's see what y'all talking about. Let's see. Legendary. Okay. Let's see. Bop. Breon Thomas says, you knew what I was saying. Eddie repealed. He repealed. You saying he repealed the WBC mandatory, Breon? That's what you're telling me, right? That's what I'm once again, I'm gonna ask you, why would he repeal the WBC ordering a fight? Why that works in Dillian White's favor. That doesn't work against Dillian White. That works for Dillian White. Him getting the opportunity to fight somebody that didn't get the opportunity for the belt, sure thing. Locked in ink, nothing that nobody can do except a unification fight. Why is that a problem? Instead of being in limbo like he is today, him and Tyson Fury trying to come up with some backdoor plan of fighting for a WBC diamond belt that no one gives a fuck about. What is this thing they talking about? Oh, let us fight for the WBC diamond belt. Diamond belt. Like, bro, we don't even know who even holds the diamond belt. Like, what is the diamond belt? Oh, we don't care. You think that's a way for you to up yourself over Wilder? Is that what you think this? That's what y'all think this is? Ain't nobody gonna respect no diamond belt. Never heard of you, cousin. Never heard of you. I don't know where they getting this stuff from. What's up with this creeping around like looking for the backdoor shit? Tyson Fury get offered a rematch, 50-50, the whole nine. You want to play big. You supposedly gave your first purse to charity. You want to play big. And now you want to run go get some money. You want to leave the whole situation to go to ESPN, but it's Wilder's fault. They're killing me. And once again, fight fans, what do y'all expect Wilder to do? Just sit back, take what they offering him, let them come and take the market? What are y'all expecting him to do? I'm lost. I'm lost, and I'm talking to my people. Let me know, please. You did. Clovis Washington says, just so you know, Wilder is fighting Fury in December. Facts. Remember, I told you. Shout out to Clovis Watson, and I will remember that. I will remember that. Man, I can see it, bro. I can see it. I can definitely see it. I can definitely see it. I mean, because at the end of the day, Fury's another one who's in a situation where he got to attract something or somebody to ESPN to justify them paying him that money. They're not going to just pay you money to fight Tom Schwartz. They're not going to just pay you money to just fight anybody, fucking body you want. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to show them that just why did we invest in you again? Your name is who again? Oh, okay. You Tyson Fury, right? Man, you better get into this fight with Wilder, man. You better make this shit happen, cousin. Or Gypsy King will be on the first Gypsy plane back to Gypsy land. Put that in your Gypsy pipe and smoke it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, he'll be gone. All right, Dukin. Much love, homie. Peace out to you, fam. Peace out to you. Stephen Singh says, what's his YouTube channel name? Who you talking about, fam? You talking about me? This is Main Man Made Man's Boxing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Mellow Fellow says, damn. Y'all talking about some other stuff. Okay, well, Breon Thomas says Wilder is doing him. Don't wait on them at all. At all. Don't wait on them. And that's my whole plan. And this is why I'm posing this question to the fight fans. What else do you expect him to do? Luis Ortiz is a fighter that damn near beat him. Damn near beat him. No one is, I don't think, ever, as I can recall, came that close to beating Deontay Wilder. Nobody. And that's something that old heavyweights used to do from the old school. Whenever there was a fighter that almost beat them or called them out, guess what? They ran it back or they jumped in the ring with that fighter. That's what they did. That's what they did. This is why you got the Bo and Holyfield fights. You know, fights like that. This is the reason you got those exciting fights, whether they were heavyweight, whether one lost or not. It didn't matter. If it was an exciting fight, a good clash of styles, you'll want to see it again. Mike Tyson versus Razor Ruddock 2 times. Mike Tyson versus Frank Bruno 2 times. Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier 3 times. Did not Joe Frazier, do what he did to Muhammad? Like, come on. I mean, what are we supposed to be doing here? Muhammad Ali versus who? Y'all know Ken Norton 3 times. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with a rematch from top heavyweights. What kind of boxing fans out here don't want to see nothing like that? I don't understand it, man. I'm lost, man. I'm lost in the fucking sauce. Maybe I am in no man's land. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm tripping. You did. I don't know. Stuart Burnett says, man, he was offered the Dominique fight for a chance at the champ, and Dillian turned it down. My hope. He got offered Dominique. He got offered Luis Ortiz, and he turned those opportunities down. Wilder said it out of his own mouth. I will give you a shot if you beat this man. That's why I have no remorse for Dillian White right now. That's why I have zero remorse. See, what Dillian White seen was dollar signs. Dillian White decided, I will go over here, face Joseph Parker, and put myself in a good position with the WBO, not the WBC. He felt as though he would face Joseph Parker and put himself as in by him beating Parker, he became number 1. The plan backfired when the WBO decided not to grant him the mandatory position. And this was sent him and Eddie Hearn like, what? Hold up. We're number 1. But they couldn't get the WBO to make Dillian White a mandatory. He just couldn't do it. Dillian White still sits in the number 1 position in the WBO, and he is not the mandatory challenger. You see where I'm going? He decided to go that route. Cousin. But y'all want to blame Wilder, though. Come on, man. What are y'all expecting this man to do? Just sit back and fight who? If he would have fought Kalinowski, Lord knows y'all would have burnt the roof down. If we would have fought Andy Ruiz, they would have burnt the roof down. What else is the man supposed to do, cuzzo? I'm lost. Renee Box Young says, man, lately boxing has been full of drama and entertainment. Lately, it's becoming the WWE, Holmes. It really is. Drama and entertainment. But, I will say, I heard the words of George Foreman. And when he said this has the potential to be the biggest heavyweight fight of all time. Fights of this magnitude don't come easy, fight fans. And I know that's something y'all don't want to hear. Lord knows I know. Y'all don't want to hear this shit. We don't want to hear this business tough, man. But it's the truth, and it's the reality of shit. That's the problem. A lot of fight fans don't live in the reality of today's boxing. They live in their wants and what they want to see. You got to live in the reality of things. And a fight of this magnitude doesn't come easy. You're talking different networks. You're talking a budding app that's trying to gain ground. A budding app, or it's not even a network. It's an app. You know what I'm saying? Or a network of apps. I don't know. It's an app. But they're trying to gain ground. And they're trying to put themselves in a position where they can demand certain things. Right now, they're not in it. They're not in it. And they got an ambassador leading the charge that's making it worse. Lost One says, I'm all for rematches when it's competitive, but it's kind of puts a bitter taste in my mouth when they are undisputed out there. Both sides should be doing everything for undisputed at that point. Bro, it's in the hands of the suits. It's in the hands of the suits, man. It's in the hands of the suits, man. And ain't nothing that can be done about that. Only thing that can be done right now is Wilder continue to gain ground, continue to make himself and build his brand and profile to get to a point where he says, look, guess what? We can't talk unless it's 50-50. And if they allow him to keep doing what he's doing, I think Eddie going to wake up personally. I personally think Eddie going to wake up and say, no, we got to stop this shit right now. We can't let it go no further, because if it go any further than this dude going to be talking about 60-40, 55-45 or some shit. We better give him 50-50. What else you going to do, homie? Black Fight Fan TV in the super chat. Dominique Brazil said he will fight Dillian White for the mandatory spot if Dillian White had a problem with him being the mandatory. He did say that, fam. You 100% right, bro. You know what? Matter of fact, I just read that article like the other day when I was looking up, I was researching some stuff about them too, and I came across that exact article with Dominique Brazil's like, look, man, well, guess what? I got nobody to fight. You got nobody to fight, man. I guess we might as well just fight. That's exactly what Dominique Brazil's position was. I'm down. I'm ready. I'm good with it. And he stayed. He would go to the UK. Like we not feeling sorry for Dillian White, Mo. We not doing that, man. We not doing that. I got my homie Lewis Coleman in the building. We not feeling sorry for Dillian White at all. So when people come to me like, why ain't Dillian getting a shot? I'm not buying that shit, cousin. I'm not buying it. Dillian had every opportunity, more than one, to get next to Deontay Wilder and took none of those roads. So get out of here, man. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Brayon Thomas says Wilder versus FA at Jogba. I think it's a little premature. It's a little early for FA. FA got ways to go, and I don't want to see them stop his growth right now. That's just too early. But I feel where you coming from. But dog, if that's what we scraping at, Brayon, Wilder versus FA at Jogba, do you know the backlash that Wilder would get if, let's just say, he came out and said, I'm fighting FA at Jogba? Do you know the backlash he'd get? That's why I'm like, no, we at a position where there are only so many really good heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? And to me, right now between Joshua and Wilder is fighting the bigger threat. Wilder is fighting the bigger threat all day. Not to mention, he's coming off like, and this is another thing that people don't give Wilder credit for. He fought Luis Ortiz the first time, right? After testing dirty, it then turned around and fought Tyson Fury. But everybody think he's so afraid. That makes like what? In what world does that make sense to you, man? In what world does that make sense to you? He fought Tyson Fury and Luis Ortiz back to back, willing to go into another fight with Tyson Fury. Because we were, I was sitting back. Well, I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. I gotta keep it a buck. Y'all know I'm rolling with Wilder all day, but I did think that Tyson Fury pulled that out by the skin of his chin, but he pulled it out. And Wilder like, oh man, hold up, cousin. We going right back, not right back. It was Fury. Oh well, maybe I'll fight Wilder. Maybe I don't. Maybe if I want to tune up in March, and if we can't get the fight in Old Trutherford or whatever the fuck that is, if we can't get it in Old Trutherford, then I don't know. It was Fury had shaky palms from the second that fight was over, cuz. Unbelievable. Brother Reality says Wilder's proven that he doesn't need AJ or Hearn. I love what he's doing all day. And that's what I mean. If Wilder wouldn't have done nothing, Brother Reality, if he would have been just sitting in Alabama begging for a fight, I guess then they would have been happy. Then they could have continued saying that we'll freeze him out. Then they could have continued saying, here, take this $6 million. Then they could have continued. People are literally upset that Wilder said, nah, I'm not doing that no more. All right, I'm not gonna be y'all little chump. I'm not gonna be y'all little suck. I'm doing me. Now that I fought Fury, now I feel like a boss. I'm ready to boss up. And he wrong. And he wrong for that. And then y'all say, well, man, he shouldn't be facing Ortiz. He's ducking AJ because he won't accept $40 million, not knowing what AJ would make, how much money he would make. Oh, he's supposed to just accept what they give him. This is why I was telling y'all earlier, man. Don't get into a back and forth with a lot of these cats, man. It's just you're gonna run your pressure up, you're gonna waste your time. You can just ask them a simple question. You can just say something simple like, yo, let me ask you this, y'all. They wanted Wilder to come to the zone for 4 fights, right? For 120 million, right? Locked into a thing for 4 fights. Yeah, man. So how come Wilder has to be locked into a contract for 4 fights with the zone, but AJ is on the fight by fight basis with the zone? How is that cool? Well, I mean, because, basically, in a nutshell, but, what it really is that, because AJ, he can do that, because he packs in, 100,000 in Wembley, so he can do that. You see how, you see the disconnect right there? You see what I'm saying? You ask a simple question like that, a simple question. When you ask a simple question like, how come when AJ fought Joseph Parker, he didn't immediately offer him $4 or $5 million? Why did he immediately go up into the upper 30% range from what I was hearing? 33% or something like that. Of course, Eddie Hearn refuted that, but it was talked about up in that area somewhere. How did he immediately offer that to Joseph Parker? Why? His country, yeah, he got a country behind him, but his country ain't like a big market like that. They don't spend a lot of money. So what the issue is? Well, the reason he did that because Joseph Parker, right? Joseph Parker is he's a left-hander, and but sometimes he swings with his right hand. And see, Anthony Joshua likes that, so and plus he's the A side, so he can give Joseph Parker whatever he wants. What? You be like, sit there, like, what the fuck? Am I in the Twilight Zone or something? Like, what are y'all talking about, son? I'm asking you simple questions. I don't know. Dr. Oh, dang, this thing just skipped on me. Ronnie Boy Fresh in the building. What's up, homie? What's up with you? Look here. Not interested in no damn pay-per-view Ortiz fight. Now, okay. Hey, I'm glad you said that, Ronnie Boy Fresh. I will say, now, though I'm on board with this fight, I am 100. I do got some issues. I don't know if it's a pay-per-view fight. And if it is, man, I think the only reason that they did that, man, and this is me just kind of grabbing for straws here, is that they got to pay these dudes a lot of money. I mean, Luis Ortiz was promised $7 million against AJ, and they pulled him out of that fight. And I want to issue a stern apology to the subscribers of this channel. I'm a man about my shit. You did. There was a lot of folks during the time when Luis Ortiz had pulled out of the Anthony Joshua fight, and they kept telling me, man, Al Heyman had something to do with this. Man, Al Heyman did this. It was Al, and I was like, nah, man. They saying it was his promoter. It was Dave Promotions. Nah, man, no, it was Al Heyman. Everybody, y'all kept hitting me with it, and I kept going back at y'all like, now as seeing what the news is today, you might be right. Could have been Al. That stopped that, shut that shit down. Am I mad at him for it? Not really. It was for the protection of Wilder. I ain't mad at him for it, but I'm with y'all now. But anyway, back to the pay-per-view thing is that I think they got to pay these people, man. They got to make sure they bring in enough. I think the pay-per-view is only for revenue generation only. It ain't for you to, I mean, they would love to hit great numbers. Don't get me wrong, but you know how these promoters do. If they got a fight on their hands that's going to bust a hole in their budget, so whatever the case may be, then they can't put it on regular TV. They even if they're gonna have the low 150,000s, they will still put it on pay-per-view just to pay the fighter. So that's the only thing I can think of that makes sense to me. But I don't know if this pay-per-view worthy as of yet. I'm just not 100. You know what I mean? Brother Reality in the super chat. Much love to you, home. Much love to you. The rabbit officially has the gun, man. Wilder isn't waiting on AJ anymore. Glad he's moving on all day. But see, the crazy thing about that, Brother Reality, about him moving on and doing his own thing, is that they gonna come back. They gonna come back because they got nowhere else to go. They gonna come back. The only difference is they're gonna have to come back correct. They're gonna have to come back screaming nothing minimum 50-50. That's the position he put them in, cousin. So when people wonder why he say chess, not checkers, that's the reason. They will have to come back correct, like they got some sense, like they know who they talking to. They're not going to come back acting like they talking to a peon. They're going to come back knowing that they talking to a don. There's a difference. They didn't know who they were talking to at first. They thought they knew, but they didn't know. And now they know. So when they come back, because when the zone put that fire on Eddie Hearn's back and say, if you don't get me that fight, I will be calling up Richard Schaefer and kicking your ass out of here with the quickness. If you don't bring us a fight, we've invested all of this money, still no fight. And on top of that, you don't got AJ locked in with us, Eddie, though we got control over the matchroom fighters. That's a funny thing, ain't it? They got control over the matchroom fighters, yet Joshua, who's a matchroom fighter, supposedly was on a fight by fight deal. But the zone gets final auction to any of the matchroom fighters. That shit funny. But anyway, the point I'm making is they're gonna be looking at Eddie like, man, you better bring us something. Better take Tevin Farmer little ass back to Philly and bring us somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're gonna be telling him, man. And they're gonna have to come back correct, man. They're gonna have to come back correct. And this was all done because of the moves that Wilder made, even at times where I didn't understand it. There were times that I didn't understand it. You know, shout out to the subscribers of this channel. There were times that I questioned, like, why the fuck ain't Wilder going over there to the UK? And y'all would say, well, man, this is the plan. Boom, 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 boom. And I'd be like, oh, okay. Then I would say, well, you know, why Wilder ain't thinking about, maybe even thinking about this offer? And y'all would be like, hey, man, you know, this is the reason. Bam, 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 bam. It would make sense. Why did Wilder accept the fight before AJ's even next fight? Man, because it's part of the plan. And now I'm seeing it. So I'm with you all day. Stuart Barnett says AJ is a diva. Lennox didn't act like this. Secondly, the quality of the fight is pay-per-view worthy in my eyes. All day. Well, it's good to hear people like you say that, Stuart. It really is good to hear fans say that this is a pay-per-view worthy fight, because I want this fight to do good. I want this fight to do very well, because not only am I a fan of Wilder, but even though Luis Ortiz did what he did in the AJ negotiations, I'm still a huge fan of Luis Ortiz. I've covered his career for years here on YouTube. I've always had a thing for Luis Ortiz. He's always been my guy. You know what I'm saying? Always. And so I hope these numbers do very well. I hope they do very well. And when people criticize Luis Ortiz, which you know they are, because we've already seen everybody saying he's old. We've already seen everybody saying, well, why is he fighting him? He ain't done this and he ain't done that. Yet we didn't see Tyson Fury, who won't even mention his name. Have you ever seen Tyson Fury mention Luis Ortiz's name? Not once. And well, Anthony Joshua, well, what can we say? You did. My thing is this. You didn't fight him back in the day, you know, like we talked about earlier. Now, when people go to this new deal, I agree. Hey, they tried to make the fight with Luis Ortiz, right? But why didn't they choose him first? Why does he have to be second? Oh, because they wanted to make the big splash into America. They could have chosen him first, had proper enough time to set this up, proper enough time for negotiation. I'm just saying, though. I'm just saying. Let's see. Go back to the comments here. Lewis Coleman says it's not worth pay-per-view. You don't think it's worth pay-per-view, fam? I hear you. Ronnie Boy Fresh says you got to do 350,000 pay-per-views just to break even. You know what, man? I can easily see 200 to 300. Damn, just to get that last 50 gonna be tough. But I could definitely see them doing anywhere between 250 easy. 300 maybe. It's just, I don't know. Depends on the promotion of this fight, man. You know, Lost One says, how can people say they are happy while they isn't fighting AJ? That's so backwards. Because people are tired of seeing Wilder being fucked over, Lost One. That's the whole point that you miss. People want to see Wilder fight AJ, but they don't want to see him fight AJ without getting his just due. See, Lost One, a lot of folks from across the pond think that Wilder ain't this and ain't that and ain't this because they across the pond. They ain't never walked down my street, ain't never walked down a block on my neighborhood to know how anybody over here feels. But they guesstimating and they sitting back talking about, oh, well, Wilder ain't this and Wilder ain't that. So that sends all of these crappy offers over. People want to see the fight. They just don't want to see their American champion get screwed over. That's the deal. That's what people don't seem to under. That's the part that you can't leave out. You know what I mean? Brayon Thomas says, what if Ortiz drops Wilder? I think AJ will fight him then. Well, maybe so. Maybe so. But if Ortiz drops Wilder, don't mean AJ gonna drop Wilder. We just learned from the Herd versus J-Rock fight. Styles make fights. Styles make fights, homie. You don't, just because one person knock you down don't mean that the next fighter will. I don't care what his record is. If your style is more superior to his style, guess what? You gonna knock him down. But I hear you. If Ortiz knocks down Wilder, he almost stopped him in the first fight. You see what that did? That kept the Tyson Furys and the Anthony Joshuas and the Dillian Whites away from Ortiz. Oh, hell no. He still got that power. No, we're not fighting him. He ain't old enough yet. We got to wait till at least 4 more years, and then we'll look to fight Luis Ortiz when he's 56 years old. They seen that power and it scared them off. How come nobody ain't talking about Luis Ortiz? We keep talking about who he beat, who he fight. Who the fuck gonna jump in that ring with him? That's the question. Nobody. Crickets. You dig? Stuart Burnett says AJ is a diva. Lennox didn't act like this. Secondly, the quality of the fight is pay-per-view worthy in my eyes. Man, Lennox and AJ should not be mentioned in the same sentence. Man, Lennox is night and day from AJ. Night and day. Lennox came over here and took this land. Lennox came over here and say, oh, I'm fighting whoever out there in America that's top dog. I want him. I want him. Who is it? Is it Holyfield? Who is it? Is it Bo? Who is it? I want him. Tyson, bring him on. I don't care if he over the hill or not. He got a name. Bring him on. I want him. That's Lennox. Not, well, I don't know. 50 million is not enough. I got to pay. I got to pay the producer. I have to pay the light bulbs. I have to pay the painters. I have to pay the cooks. I have to pay the waiters and the waitresses. It's just not enough. I thought it would be enough, but it's not enough. That ain't how Lennox Lewis talked, man. Lennox had to convince AJ just to come to America. Remember, he kept telling him, bro, you got to go to America. You can't just sit over here and say, oh, I'm putting 100,000 in Wembley. We get it. You're big in the UK. So was Carl Froch. Carl Froch did 80,000 in Wembley against George Groves. But could Carl Froch come over here and be a top dog? No. Because a man named Andre Ward will humble him every time. Moving right along. Ronnie Boy Fresh says Crawford Khan shouldn't have been pay-per-view. You're right, Ronnie Boy Fresh, but it's the same reason that, like we were just talking about earlier in that fight. They had to pay those fighters. But Khan was asking for a huge purse. They had to pay Khan a lot of money to get him away from that Brook fight. And then the only way that they can pay him outside of their budget was to put the shit on pay-per-view. They had to scrap up enough dollars just to make that happen. Legendary Boxer says at Ronnie Boy Fresh, 350,000 is not the break-even point. 200,000 is, according to Steven Espinoza. Google it. He said it in many videos. Okay. See, this is why I love my subscriber base, man. Y'all coming right. Y'all come correct. So if 200,000 is the break-even point, I think they can hit that. I think they hit 200,000 as a break-even point. I think him and Luis Ortiz can do 200,000. I do. I think Wilder has enough. I think they underestimate Wilder Nation, and I think they can hit the 200,000. If that is the break-even point, they can hit that. That's a very good possibility. That's a very good possibility. Let's see. Chin Smoke says Lennox was a beast. Damn right. All day. Lennox was cut from another cloth. He wasn't cut from the same cloth that these cats out here cut today. Lennox was cut from a whole nother cloth. You know what I'm saying? Whole nother cloth. Legendary Boxer says that main man, did they give Groves a 10 count in the UK? I thought they did. I thought they did. That was a long time ago, Mo. I would have to dig deep in my psyche for that one, but I thought they did at the time. Breon Thomas says AJ wouldn't let Wilder in the ring. That speaks volumes all day. Not to mention something that I forgot to mention was that AJ has been in the country this whole damn time and ain't pulled up once. Where do they do that at, UK? Are we so different? Like Americans in the UK way of life, like, are we so different? We believe in pulling up, cuz we believe in that. Why is that so hard to do? You know what I'm saying? He ain't pulled up to nothing. Walk up in the training camp, hit the drums. The champ is here. Give us something. Man, a man don't do nothing. Just, I don't have to do that. Why do I have to do that? I am AJ. I don't have to do any of the things. I will fight Andy Ruiz in Madison Square Garden, and then I will hop on the first thing smoking back to Saudi Arabia, where I can go on the rooftop and do my stretches. Like, what the fuck? All right, cuz. Lewis Coleman says, I disagree on this one, man. I feel you, Lewis. It's all good. Let me know how you feel, though. You think that this is a bad fight? You know what I mean? You think this is all a bad fight? Then Dada says Lewis versus Deontay Wilder would have been a great fight all day. I still to this day go back and watch that video clip that's here on YouTube about when Lennox Lewis was showing Deontay Wilder how to do a jab from distance. Like, he was showing Deontay Wilder how to keep his hand out there and then kind of flick that forearm and put that jab on him. Hey, man, I love that video. And they were just like punching each other towards the face and shit. Man, I love that video. Then Dada says Lewis Oh, I already read that. Brother Reality says AJ is scared to death of Wilder. Bottom line. The point I'm making is when everybody says that this is a bad fight, this is a terrible fight. I don't want to see it. Man, I am not going to see it. I refuse it. I don't believe in it. This is unheard of. The question, then the alternate question to you, because I'm dying to hear y'all answer. And if anybody want to get on here and answer me on the platform, just let me know. What else or who else should Deontay Wilder fight? With AJ facing Ruiz, still not budging on 50-50. With Tyson Fury fighting Tom Schwartz, still ain't talking nothing good. With Dillian White, setting up a fight with Oscar Rivas. Who else? What else is he supposed to do? And then I got homies in the chat telling me they're talking about setting up AJ White again for the end of the year. What is he supposed to do? Who else is he supposed to fight? Bermain Stavern? I mean, who? Who? Because anybody else, y'all gonna rip them apart on it. So who? Come on, man. No one can answer that question. Legendary Boxer says AJ had to land 500 punches on the Brazil, and all it took is one. All it took is one mic from my man Deontay Wilder. All it took is one. I tell you, Legendary Boxer says Wilder only had to land one. That's exactly what I just said. Ronnie Boy Fresh says, why would AJ pull up when they already released the Wilder 3-fight plan? Shaking my head. Stop that shit, bro. Stop that shit. Look, trust and believe. The announcement, anytime someone announce a 3-fight plan, hear me on this one, homie. They are not announcing it just to let the world know and everybody know what's going on. They're announcing it because they're trying to let the other side know. If you don't like it, then either match it or do better. And this goes away. Those 3 fights ain't signed. They're just telling you what they want to do. If you don't act right, this is what we're doing. But guess what? All that can go away. All you got to do is say the magic words. 50-50. That's it. That's all. And it all goes away. The dark cloud goes away. The sun comes out, rainbows, butterflies, and the whole shits. It all goes away. They're trying to tell the other side, y'all right now ain't got our attention. We got no reason to pay attention. That's all he doing. You know what I mean? That's all he doing. Champion Killer in the building. What's up with you? Oh, man, I know I'm going to get the bee's knees from him. Champion Killer says Povetkin. You want to see him fight Povetkin? I don't want to see that fight. For what? For what? He attempted to fight Povetkin. Povetkin wanted to put a needle up his ass. So what else is he supposed to do? Stuart Burnett says, Dundada says Trevor Bryan. I like that fight. I like that fight. Kind of young, but I like that fight. Stuart Burnett says Adam or Ortiz all day. I mean, that's it. But trust and believe, Stuart, if he fought Adam Kalinowski, he'll be ripped apart. Oh, you fighting Adam Kalinowski. He ain't even got a belt. He ain't even fought this person. He ain't fought that person. He's still up in cut. Man, he will be ripped apart. Ripped apart. But so he wants to get in there with somebody that almost stopped him. That caused the boxing world to put out 100 conspiracy theories videos about 8 seconds, 9 seconds. The ref helped him the whole 9. He want to clear that up like he wanted to do against Tyson Fury, and he wrong. A dangerous opponent at that. This dude is Luis Ortiz is dangerous. He ain't no run-of-the-mill dude. This is a dude that stops that we don't know out of all 3 of the top. Let's say Joshua, Wilder, and Fury. Out of any of those 3, we don't know which one Luis Ortiz may stop. He could stop possibly 2 of the 3. Possibly. That's a possibility. And if you don't think it's a possibility, you don't know shit about boxing. Man, y'all tripping, man. Y'all straight shit on Ortiz like he just ain't nobody out here, man. Real talk. Like he just ain't nobody. Ronnie Boy Fresh says, when did Wilder pull up? these dudes not pulling up because it's a collective effort to milk fight dates, period. So I think your belief is, Ronnie Boy Fresh, is that both sides are basically playing this game. But Wilder wanted to pull up. He wanted to pull up. I mean, if the man telling you that you can't walk into the ring or all the security going to be around and who knows if they were threatening lawsuit, clearly the man don't want to be pulled up on. You just don't know how he going to act. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know how he going. That's just like, you got a co-worker in your, in your office or whatever. You go walk up to him, but every time you walk up to him and you get all excited with him, he go tell the supervisor on you. Well, what you going to do? You going to leave him the fuck alone? I ain't talking to his ass. Every time I say something to him, he go try to snitch on me at the super. Well, that's the same way with AJ. The man basically put the signals out there and the feelings out there that, yo, don't pull up on me. If you do, well, guess what? I'm gonna have my security jump on you. So what's that telling you, Slim? You don't want to be messed with. He want to do it on social media. He want to go across the water and then talk shit. He don't want to do it here. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. If Wilder even thought he can walk up in that ring or pull up on AJ and ain't gonna be no consequence, man, he'd have did that shit a long time ago, man. Y'all know that, man. Y'all know that. Legendary Boxer says, him and Ronnie Boy Fresh going back at it. Slim, the fact is that they both milking fight dates, and I'm not interested. I hear you, man. I hear you, man. So I mean, all I know is Wilder tried to make the fight for years. Wilder may be in it playing their game right now, but he wasn't always playing that game. You know what I mean? They created this beast. This was created. This wasn't the norm at first. This was something that was created when he seen the other side bullshit. I want this stuff to stop too, Ronnie Boy Fresh. Don't get me wrong, fam. I wanted to stop too, man. I'm tired of seeing all of this. I'm tired of us arguing about it. I'm tired of going in with the UK fam, and I'm just sick of it. I am. But at the end of the day, I stand with Wilder because he was ridiculed. He was disrespected on many different levels. They didn't treat him like the champion that he is. And so I stand with him when he try and boss up and now create his own lane. I can't distance myself away from Wilder for that. A lot of people choose to do so because they like, look, man, I'm a fan of the sport. I want to see it, fuck it. I don't care if he was disrespected. I don't care if they throwing him paltry offers. I don't care. I don't care if it's no date, no venues. I don't care. Some people are that way. I'm not that way. I'm not that way. And I've already told people, man, on this channel, the reason I am this way towards Deontay Wilder. It's no secret. It's not about being a fanboy. It's about the American heavyweight champion is a sacred position in boxing. If you came up as that type of fan, there's history behind it. There's relevance behind it on so many levels. So you got to respect the position. It's like you might not like the president. You may can't stand his guts, but let somebody outside this country do something to him, and then the whole country ride. It's like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is with me. I got the homie, oh shit, in the building. What's up with you? I got my homie, unbiased, biased boxing talk. What's up with you? You know what I'm saying? He says, not pay-per-view worthy. Yeah, I mean, that could be. If my thing is unbiased, like I was telling them earlier, man, is if 200,000 is the breaking point, they doing it for money purposes, not for popularity purposes. They doing it because they got to pay these fighters, man. Luis Ortiz turned down a $7 million payday, allegedly. He turned down a $7 million. Well, guess they got to pay him close to that. 5, 4, 5, somewhere up in there. If he going to turn down 7 and you going to turn around and tell me you're going to pay me 1.3, you know what I'm saying? 1.5, they could generate that on regular Showtime. But if they're going to pay him beyond that, they got to put it on pay-per-view. That's the reason, That's the reason. That's the reason, fam. Legendary Boxer, unbiased boxing talk. White versus Chisora and White versus Rivas, all free TV fights, not pay-per-view. Who the fuck would pay to see those shits? Who would pay to see that, Legendary? Nobody. You know what I'm saying? Unbiased boxing talk. Ortiz fight has no date or venue. That's funny you say that, right? Because when I originally announced this, the video still stands. That was the very last thing I left y'all with on that video. I say, I was just wondering, looking into the comment section, nobody asked me, why didn't they send the how did Wilder accept it with no date and no venue, but couldn't do it with AJ? Well, I guess there's a little bit of, if you know that y'all two share the same manager / advisor, and he's telling both of y'all that the fight is done, you made the fight, you know what's gonna happen. As for AJ and her situation, they were doing it on some underhanded shit, because then they could have drew that contract up at any given time, any given date. It could have been a year from then. It could have been a year and a half. They got a signed contract with no date and no venue in another stable. That makes no sense. That's dumb business. But somebody who shares the same manager / advisor, who sits in the same stable as me, well, guess what? I can believe in this man. This is Al Heyman. That's like their godfather or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna believe in that, and it's much more believable. So I can understand that. Oh, shit in the building though. What's up with you, fam? What's up with you? Odie Loke Sports Info. All Wilder have to do is fight, and it should. It skipped on me. Hold on. All Wilder has to do is fight, and it should be over with. Period. Look, man. As far as how this fight's gonna go, some people are expecting Wilder to be better, and some people just don't know. Wilder put on more weight in the Dominique Brazil fight, which means more power, of course, right? But of course, less stamina, maybe. And Wilder has shown stamina issues in the past. It's going to be another patient fight, I believe. I think it's going to be real reminiscent of the first fight. Maybe without, I don't know if Luis Ortiz hurts Wilder this time around, but maybe he does. I think it's going to be very similar. I can't see either fighter doing anything much different. I don't see Wilder just jumping out there taking more chances. I don't see Luis Ortiz jumping out there just taking more chances. I don't see that. I see Luis Ortiz being patient, waiting for Wilder to still make a mistake. And I see Wilder eventually just trying to line up that right hand right for the right time. When it may come, don't know. If it may come, I'm pretty sure of that. You know what I'm saying? I think it will. Let's see. Odie Loke Sports Info says Wilder's playing a dangerous game, bro. He's losing fans by the day because people is catching on to what he is doing out here. Odie Loke, I'm gonna say I have to disagree with that. I don't think he's losing fans by the day. I think he's gaining fans. Two, I think that what Wilder is doing, a lot of people just won't understand, because a lot of people mentally or physically ain't built a certain way. Meaning that, you know, if you are underdog in a situation and you attempt, it's just like any business owner or anything like that. How many times somebody starts a business and they tell them, and you got people around them telling them they can't do it, they shouldn't do it, they won't be successful, they this, they that. They don't see what that person who's building, they don't see what he see. They don't see what he see. There will be some who do see it, but they don't see what he see. And Wilder sees something. Not to mention he's rolling with a gold standard team of well-accomplished individuals. And I'm talking about Al Heyman and Sam Watson. If you know their backstories, you would know that these men ain't nothing but walking success stories. You also know, I mean, a lot of people won't. Wilder sees something. People come to me and they say, well, man, how can he turn down $100 million at 31? What is he, 31, 32, 33 years old? How could he turn down that amount of money? I say to you, because he's going to make that money. His plan is not to make it over the course of 3 or 4 fights. His plan is to make it over the course of 2 to 3 fights. And that's with possibly the same individual. That's the plan. The plan ain't to have to go and face this guy for 20 million and then fight some other tune-up fight for another 20 million. No, the plan is to take all that money, scrape it up, and put it in this one fight or these 2 fights. That's the plan. Because I'm going to be so large. I'm going to be the man. You're going to need this belt in this market so bad. Well, you ain't going to have no choice. Y'all ran around the country talking about all this money y'all getting. Tyson Fury talking about he getting 100 million. Joshua talking about he getting 100 million. Everybody got 100 million. Well, guess what? That means y'all got the bags over there. And when y'all come see me, bring them bags. That's how it's going to go, man. That's what people don't seem to understand. With Undisputed, everything like that, all on the line. It's a plan. If you and your homies come up with a perfect plan, you stick to the plan. You don't change the plan when pressure gets tough. You stick to the plan. You stick to the game plan that y'all set in the basement and came up with. You stick to it. You stick to the plan. You stick to the script. And that's what Wilder is doing. All he got to do is keep winning. That's it. That's it. And I can understand the frustration with people like my main man, Ronnie Boy Fresh. I can understand the frustration. I do. I swear on everything I love, and I ain't trying to be funny, man. I understand y'all frustration. I truly do. When you want to see the fights, the shit's been milked for years. On some real talk, like all jokes aside, I get it. I do. But one thing I also do get is that, the man is bossing up. And when you bossing up, everybody just not going to understand. It's just not going to happen. Real shit. Champion Killer says, damn, man, that shit skipped on me, homie. Let's see. Wilder's a joke, and so are his fans. This here is about levels and AJ on top. On top of what? Top of another bag of bums? What kind of fuck is he on top? How is he on top? Because he conquered the UK. Yeah, but that puts him on top. Oh, that he beat Joe. You know what? This ain't that video. I've done that video with you, Champion Killer, many a days. We've done that video many a days. This is not that video. Dr. Mellow Fellow, I can't wait for it. Rematches rule because the revenge factor rules all day. You, Dr. Mellow Fellow, sound like a real boxing fan. You sound like a real boxing fan. Real talk. Real talk. Keep it up. Brother Reality says Wilder isn't losing fans by any means. KO sale, and he is gaining fans by the minute. I couldn't have said it no better, homie. That's what people tend to forget. This man is a knockout artist. His knockouts go viral. How the hell could he ever be in a position that people trying to put him in, and his knockouts are going viral every fight? He's an exciting fighter. He's the one that brought the excitement to the Tyson Fury fight. He's the one that's going to bring the excitement to the AJ fight. Turning up the threat of a knockout, the threat of one big right hand coming at any given moment. You blink too long, you might miss it. He's the one that do that. And he invested in himself. I love it. I love it. I love it, man. All day. Odie Loke Sports Info says, funny that we don't hear nothing from Lennox right now, huh? On this subject, because he was claiming that AJ was ducking, but now the proof is in the pudding. I ain't no proof is in the pudding, Odie Loke. Ain't no proof. What proof are you talking about? Because he declined $40 million? And to make $40 million even if I beat you? Because he declined that. That's the proof in the pudding. Are you serious? On a fight that's gonna make well over hundreds of millions of dollars. He didn't do anything. There is Odie Loke, and I want you to come back here when this day happens. It's just gonna be a matter of time. If things keep going the way they're going, it's gonna be a matter of time. For one morning, you're gonna wake up and put up the boxing headlines and see that Eddie Hearn in big bold letters says, we will give you 50-50. You're going to see it, homie. You're going to see it. And then you're going to sit back and say, damn, Wilder was the smartest man in the room. I guarantee you. Real talk. We're about to wrap this up, y'all. Wilder is 40 fights deep. How is he only now? That's just, come on, bro. That's just a stupid question. Lewis Coleman says, I got a question for you, at main man. What's up with her trainer putting him on blast? Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I seen that from Ernesto, but certain things don't need to escape the gym. And you don't discipline your fighter to the public. That's most importantly, or you don't criticize him to the public. And I've never been one to like that from no trainer. I don't know what's up with that. I need to get a word in on that though. You're right. Matter of fact, that's the next video, Lewis. We're gonna talk about that. We're going to talk about that. Dr. Mellow Fellow, will he make 100 if he loses to Ortiz first? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If he loses to Ortiz, man, a lot of his momentum that he's doing, the gamble that he's taking of betting on himself, trying to boss up to that level, will be gone. Any loss for Wilder, it will hurt his chances at anything, because, and that's what makes his gamble so special, is because, yeah, he knows the risk that he's running. He knows it. He knows one loss will have him forever owned in negotiations by Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. He knows it. They will be bossing up heavy on him. Heavy. They will be dancing on his downfall. So he knows it. And that's what makes his gamble. That's what makes me have respect for the gamble that he has taken by waiting and trying to get what he wants, because he was willing to take the low. Now they wanted to play games with him. So now here we are years later, my profile done risen. So now I ain't taking the low no more. You paying me 50-50. You want undisputed? You want to be in the history books? You want this market? It ain't cheap, cousin. And most importantly, I'm the most exciting heavyweight in boxing. Fuck is you talking about? Unbiased or biased boxing talk. AJ is the A side. That's it, man. I don't see the issue. Just take 60-40 split and take the fight for legacy. See what I'm saying? It's mindsets like that don't get the bigger picture. Just lay down and take it. Just take it. Take the 40%. Just take it. You're lucky you're getting it. We originally offered you, what, 4 or 5 million or whatever. Just take it, man. Just take anything that they offer you. Don't get your worth. Don't go for the top dollar. Just take it. Now, unbiased. You know me and you agree on this, fam. You know this. And you my main man. Why would you want him to just take something that he don't feel like he worth? That don't make sense, fam. If you feel like you worth more or you want to be worth more, why would you tell someone to take the low? That don't make, because it's already been written that even if he took the 40 million, he would have only made 40 million in a rematch. So he couldn't come back and say something like, well, since I now have won, guess what? This is what the deal gonna be. He can't do it because they're trying to lock him in the 40 million in the rematch. This is why Dillian White couldn't get a deal done with AJ, because AJ want to set terms in a rematch even if he loses. It don't work like that, man. And if you allow these cats to run over you like that, they gonna do it. No, fam. Don't work like that. It don't work like that, man. Brayon Thomas, you know Ortiz is hungry for another go. Yeah, all day. He stay hungry. Unbiased, biased boxing talk. Wilder been knocking people out. Hold on. Skipped on me, homie. Hold on. Okay. Wilder been knocking people out and didn't become a star. So what changed? What changed was, it's called a dancing partner. We've had this discussion, Unbiased. You already know. It's called a dancing partner. It's called, he's finally fought someone that brought him more recognition. So now his popularity has grown. You know, in the Staverns and the Spilkers and the Molinas and whoever's, like, those dudes were just something to do. He had to do. Even Dominique Brazil. But the Tyson Fury fight, now that's different. That's different. Because he didn't lose the Fury. He didn't beat him, get you, but he didn't lose the Fury. And he gave him a hell of a fight. And he gave him a viral ass knockdown that people still, to this day, scientists are still sitting in laboratories right now. Like, how the fuck did he get up? I mean, what did he do? Like, what was it? Was the chemical imbalance in his head? I mean, how did he get up? They don't know. They don't know. That's why he's more popular. People want to laugh at him for going on these acting shows and you seeing him on these different talk shows and all of this other shit, reality shows. And bro, that is the way to become popular. People can laugh at him and say he's trying to do this. Man, that man is raising his profile, minding his business. I used to give Amir Khan so much props because he was such a good businessman. Crappy chin. If a leaf fall off a tree and hit him on the chin, he knocked out. But at the end of the day, he's always been a good businessman. You know why? Because he kept him and his wife on TV. He kept himself in the tabloids. He created video games. He made gyms. He made charities. He did it all. So when you see Wilder start doing stuff like that, don't wonder why. When you see Wilder at the Firefighters, when you see him on these reality shows, when you see him on these, don't wonder why. It ain't because he's trying to be an actor or win a Emmy like he did the other night. No, it's because he is raising his profile and he is doing it with some very, very powerful entities that can open many, many doors. And I repeat, many, if you know anything about Al Heyman. So I'm going to leave it there, man. I'm going to leave it there. Ronnie Boy Fresh says they ain't giving no damn 50-50. Well, they ain't getting no damn fight. Onward and upwards, back towards Tyson Fury, and let's see what he talking about, right? Let's see. If he ain't talking about it, then guess what? Adam Kalinowski, you're up. And I'll leave it at that. To the next one. Much love to each and everybody, one of y'all that tuned in with me tonight. We will get back on here very soon. We'll probably do a late night live stream, maybe Friday night or either Saturday. We'll see. Of course, we will be going live for the AJ Ruiz fight. Of course, I will be also going live to support my homeboy, Josh Kelly. You know what I'm saying? And him and Ray Robinson. I will be going live right after that fight as well. And yeah, man, we got a weekend of boxing on our hands. Only thing, I will do one more video based on the Andy Ruiz and AJ fight. I'm just not motivated for that fight like that, but I will cover it probably one more time before the actual fight happens, maybe during the weigh-in. We'll see how it go. And yeah, hey, AJ better impress, man. He better impress. He better get Andy ass out of there within 2-3 rounds. If you want to impress the American public, AJ, get his ass out of there within 3 rounds. If this man goes into the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th round, it's not going to look good for you. I just did that in the video. Because the perception of the casuals, the perception of people in general that they're supposed to be the champion going the distance with a blimp. Are you serious? We know what he brings, but they don't. So it will be best if AJ went in there effectively and got the job done within 3 rounds, truth be told. But we'll see. Hit the like button for me on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. If you're just finding out about me for the first time tonight, join the family. Hit the subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of fun over here. I got nothing but love for everybody and their opinions. I do not restrict nobody, and I want you to speak your damn mind. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Much love to each and every one of y'all. Just let me leave y'all with a word of advice. Start channels, man. A lot of y'all are good. Y'all know this boxing game in and out. You may not have the time. You may not even have the motivation. If you only could do it once a week, do it, man. I like to politic with y'all, man. Real talk, man. A lot of y'all are some very knowledgeable subs, and I'm proud that y'all are part of this channel all day. Enjoy the rest of your work week. You only got 2 days to go, man. Stop crying. Stop crying. You only got 2 days to go. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy the rest of your work week. I see y'all this weekend. We're going to turn up for the fights and have a good time. Much love to each and every one of y'all. Much love to all of the super chats. Much love to all of my fam that's in the building tonight. Much love to each and every one of y'all. And we'll be back soon. Until the next video. Main Man, Made Man. Don't forget to subscribe to Twitter. Made Man 511. Facebook, Main Man, Made Man Boxing Forum. Instagram, Main Man, Made Man. I see y'all, man. I see y'all, man. Much love to y'all, man. Much love to my homie, Ronnie Boy Fresh. All day. You did. Josh Kelly, Holmes. Hey, son, please don't miss that fight, Ronnie Boy. We gotta chop it up over that one right there. Kelly and Robinson, all day. That thing gonna be fire. Much love to each and every one of y'all, though, man. Peace out.